Vroom, vroom.
Vroom,
Vehicle
vroom.
ownership. To buy or not to buy? That's the question. Whether you're considering purchasing your first car or looking to upgrade to a newer model, understanding the financial implications and responsibilities of owning a vehicle is essential. Money Masterclass guru Carlton joins us with some valuable insights on navigating the process of owning a vehicle with confidence while being financially savvy. Carlton,
All right, Carlton.
over
Good
to
morning,
you.
people. How are you doing?
Good
Mention
morning.
orange this morning. All right, we like orange. Look a black over here, so
We're
we
all.
like that. We're all into this. Good morning, everybody.
Carlton, before we start,
Yes.
you need to
Take a shot.
Just a shot of what?
Yeah.
Shot of what?
You need to take a shot. Come on,
Your
Carlton. You
vitamin
can
C
do it.
shot, it has ginger, see the cayenne pepper and...
Lord.
Come on, bless
Let us
him,
go,
God.
let us go,
Come
let
on.
us
You have to
go.
do it in one go.
One
too,
go?
okay? You have to just...
Yes, sir.
That's not bad.
Ah.
That's not bad at all.
All right, now we can talk.
No, I have some confidence. Let's jump into it this morning.
Boost you up.
So, motor vehicle ownership, to buy or not to buy. But the most important part is it going to leave you in a financial hole or is it a good financial decision for you? No. That's the most important. So, how does this fit into your financial plan? That's important. For many persons, this is on your financial plan, the start of the year, for example. You want to own a car this year, next year, the next 2 years, but how does this fit into the financial plan? You want to find that out. Number two, car is an asset that depreciates. What are you saying, Carlton? The value of the motor vehicle will never increase. It will always decrease. So if you own a car today and it values $5 million, you drive the car off the lot, it now values $4.9 million. The value will go down. And in some instances, goes down faster than the loan that you have taken. But I'll jump into that shortly. Number one, assess the need for a car. Do you need a car right now? Sometimes we want a car. Sometimes we don't really need a car now based on our financial circumstances. You want to find out, do I need a car now? Do not take a car because you want to keep up with somebody else. If you can't afford a car now, it is perfectly fine. Go and jump on the bus. Go and take a taxi. Go and boom the ride. But if you can't afford it now, do not do it because you want to keep up with anybody else. Number two, I know in Jamaica here and in several countries as well, people use car to show where you are in life. Your status, your levels where you are. And if you're not careful, TK and Dennis, you jump to take a car because you want to show somebody that I've arrived.
Keeping up with the Joneses.
Keep up with somebody else. And we use that sometimes. Number two, you want to assess, do I want a new car or a used car? That is so important. What's a used car? If it's not a 2024 car, for example, or in this year, no, it is considered a used car.
Yes.
Sometimes, if it's 2023, they may consider it new still if it's off the lot. But generally, if the car is not within the same year, it's a used car. You want to assess,
Pre-owned.
Pre-owned, or do I need a brand new off the lot? It's so important. If it's your first car, sometimes you may not be able to afford a brand new car off the lot. It is okay to take a used car, a car from Japan, somebody drive already, or even locally. Some selling a car, it is okay if the car is in good driving condition, get the mechanic to check the car for you. But assess that if it is new or used. The good thing to note is that most banks or lenders will give you 100% financing on a brand new car. That means you find zero down. Yeah, they'll give you every single thing. While with a used car, they may give you 90% financing, meaning you find 10% of the money and they will give you 90% of the money. For example, you want to think about that. Number three, budget. What can a car fit into my budget? And not just the price of the car, but also the repayment of the car. So when you do the repayment, you see that this is going to cost you $30,000 a month, for example, or $40,000. Drop that money in your budget to see if when you make your car payments, am I going to be able to live? Am I going to be able to be borrowing money to survive or use my credit card? You want to see if that car payment fits comfortably in your budget. Remember, no more than 50% of your budget or salary should be used towards anything of that nature. So you want to check, does it fit into my budget? Number four, what's the type of vehicle that you want right now? Do not buy the car because you look nice in the car. don't do that only. Buy the car because you can afford the car. You don't want to be driving the car because the car fit your color. You want a red car, you want a BMW, but you can't afford the car. It looks nice, but does it look nice on your pocket, in your monthly payment? You want to assess that very well. You want to look who will finance the car for you. Shop around, and this is also important because sometimes persons are in a rush to get the car. You may have a bad credit, and the regular banks don't want to lend you. So you say, let me go to a higher interest rate company to get the car loan when you could have taken a year or two, fix your credit, and then apply for the car loan at a much lower rate. But we're in a rush, we don't plan ahead, and then when times come now, we rush and make bad financial decisions on things like these. So check around, shop around. What's most important is that there are costs to consider when you're financing a car. Not only the cost of the car, you are looking at your insurance. The car must be insured. You are fitness, there's registration, and there's a fee associated with the banks in getting the car loan. And you want to make sure that is happening as well. Think about all the costs involved in getting the car, not just the price of the car. You want to also look at what's the financing process like. So with your banks, generally, you submit the regular KYC thing. Dennis, tell us what
Know
are
your
the KYC.
customer.
Know your... Dennis, in the class, fully now. Know your customer.
Know.
Simple things. Your ID, you must have a driver's license to buy a car. So your driver's license, your proof of income, your proof of address, you want to look at your credit report, stuff like that, standard things. But if it's a used car, a copy of the title will be needed. You will need an invoice from who is selling the actual car. Those are important things that you will need. As I mentioned earlier, the car must be insured, fitness license at some point. When the banks approve the facility, they will not give you the cash and say, here, TK, here's the money in your hand, here's the $5 million, go and buy the car.
No.
Who is selling the car, they'll send them a letter of undertakings. So they will say to, where's this car from? Say to Stewart's, for example, or ATL. Here is an approval for Dennis. Put the car in Dennis's name, then I will pay you after. So sometimes we think that once you get approved, the money's in your hand right now. And that's how it works. There's a process involved.
Yeah.
What I want to close on is how do I maximize the value of this asset, even though it's depreciating? How can I benefit from this? Number one, maintain the car.
But
You
hold
have
on,
a car.
I was waiting because you said about in terms of can you afford the car, the cost of the car, monthly payment, but some car easier to maintain than others. And
Definitely.
sometimes when you're aspiring and you're looking at a particular car, you don't realize
The
you know say for instance gas on this car
That is
different from
different.
gas on that car.
A tire on this car, different tire on other car.
And front end parts when it need for change
It's
or
something
servicing when it need to happen, it costs you $20,000 to service this one versus 80 or the $100,000 to service that
Which
one.
is maximizing the value in your car. Number one is maintenance of the car. The cost to maintain the car is something that you must consider. But if you're going to buy a car, you should be able to maintain the car so you can maximize the value in your vehicle. Number two, if you can do a deposit on the car, it is always advised. Do a deposit on your car. Because remember, the car loses value faster than how the loan sometimes is repaid. And if you resell the car sometimes, you may not have a value in it. And number three, you can benefit from a resale. So you buy the car for $1 million, and the loan is now at $500,000, you sell the car for $800,000. How much money you make, TK? 5 from 8 is how much?
Call yourself fat.
You make a nice good $300,000.
$300,000.
TK come boom my chest.
That will
Boom.
be-
1, 2,
that will
3.
be.
But it's important that you maintain because you want to maximize. Ultimately, you want to benefit from an investment like this if you can and make a money off the car.
Awesome.
But think about these things before you jump into owning a car because it's so important. And you know where to find me. If you want to take out a motor vehicle loan, I'm here to assist you with that. And I'll see you later at the corner
On the
office.
corner
8
office.
p.m.
Okay.
Right, well, thank you very much, Carlton, with another Money Masterclass. Coming up after the break, it's a morning checkup with speech language pathologist Anne Marita AMG Golding. We'll be right back.